Days from now, a celebration party is scheduled to take part in Nakuru after the dismissal of the ICC case against William Ruto and Joshua Sang. This ruling was a big win for the two and their friends and allies. But with little or no real process of justice now underway, to Kenya address the killings and the displacement of the post-election violence, victims are now asking, what about us? KTN's Sharon Mumanya tells their story.
Permanent limp in her walk makes it impossible for this lady from Uasin Gishu County to forget the 2007 elections aftermath. She was raped and hacked with a panga during the conflict, leaving her with permanent scars.
Tuliumizwa, tulikatwa, wengine wakakufa, watoto wakapotea. Lakini tangia mwaka hiyo 2008 mpaka wa sasa, kama mimi nimeathirika, sijawahi ona usaidizi wowote kutoka serikali.
Choosing not to disclose her identity, she spoke to our Eldoret correspondent on this subject that still breaks her and brings her to tears.
Serikali ama yeyote yule, hakuna mtu ameongelesha mtu. Hakuna mtu amemtembelea juu ya hali yake, hata kujua story like kama sasa venye mimi natoa story. Hakuna mtu ametembelea mtu akuulize story vile kulienda. Mtu hata atoe angalau kwa roho yake.
At the Saka Saka IDP group in Maili Nne, Uasin Gishu, the displaced people living here are still crying for justice. Here, as in many other camps, children have been born, children who have never lived inside proper homes.
Watoto mimi walikonjeka hapa karibu wakufe, tukaishia rifaro watu 7. Kwa sababu ya kufinyana, heme imeraruka, ugonjwa ukasababishwa tukapata shida ya magonjwa makubwa.
Kesi kule juu imeisha, lakini huku chini wale waadhiriwa ambao hawajaweza kufikiwa na ambao kama sisi ambao hatujaweza kusaidika, kwa mfano kama ile compensation ya kutupea kama hiyo 200, wengine tu bado tujapata mpaka wa leo. Na ile hali tulifungua account numbers tukapata kama ni ile 10 tulipata kiasi, na tunangojea angalau watatuweze kusonga mbele kama wale wengine.
The violence that erupted after the 2007 elections claimed more than 1,300 lives, displaced about 650,000 people, and left thousands with long-term injuries. And these people have been part of the quest for justice, which to them would mean punishment of PEV perpetrators, resettlement, compensation, and reconciliation.
There were no investigations worth calling investigations that were carried out. How could it be then that, first of all, the court found that there was a basis to open the investigations in the first place? How could it be that at the end of that, a judicial decision was made upon the question as to who the suspects would be?
With the collapse of the ICC cases on all suspects named by the court's prosecution, where does this leave this judicial quest? Have all the doors for punishing the thousands who killed, maimed, and destroyed the property of innocent Kenyans been closed? It has been 9 years since the violence. Is this a case of justice merely delayed or possibly denied? The case of the victims is one that has elicited deep feelings and reactions from Kenyans on social media. With the trending hashtag PEV victims on Twitter, Kenyans have called for a focus on the victims and restorative justice, some even terming the set celebrations for Deputy President William Ruto as being insensitive to those still haunted by the election's violence. They say peace and justice are two sides of the same coin. And as the country gears towards the 2017 general election, many are calling for a focus on getting justice for the post-election violence victims as a means of promoting sustainable peace in the country. Sharon Momanyi, KTN News, Nairobi.